What if I told you that your words are either building resilience and fueling progress, or reinforcing stress and creating resistance in your team, your business, and even your family? So, a lot of women leaders that I work with come to me feeling overworked and like they're constantly pouring from an empty cup, which means that they can be reactive and sometimes careless with the words that come out of their mouths. I have been there, I'm not immune to this. These women are leading teams, they're building businesses, they're generating leads, they're handling sales, they're leading meetings, managing crises, and supporting their families. And they're also wondering, how long can I actually keep this up? This doesn't feel sustainable. And here's the truth: business growth, self-fulfillment, sustainable success, it doesn't come from doing more. It comes from learning how to lead differently, starting with the words that come out of your mouth. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build resilient teams, thriving businesses, and confident families using positive psychology and powerful language shifts that fuel alignment and success from the inside out. And I am so motivated to talk about this one because if there was one thing that my parents consistently agreed on while raising me and my brother, it was the power of your words. They introduced us to positive psychology before we even had words for it, teaching us that the way that we speak shapes how we feel, what we believe, and ultimately what we achieve. And I believe that this is the number one reason that my brother and I grew up with a lot of resilience, adaptability, and confidence. And that belief in the power of our words was our biggest privilege. And my brother shares a lot of these same principles woven into his stories on his YouTube channel, PopCross Studios, which now has over 600,000 subscribers. Yeah, his channel gets a few more views than mine does right now. Go check it out. He is absolutely brilliant and deserves every view. Love you, bro. And while I don't have a psychology degree, I do have decades of real world practice applying this work to leadership, to startups, to relationships, to parenting, and to recovery from burnout. Now, whenever an amazing leader comes to me for coaching, one of the first things I ask is, are you open to feedback on the language and phrasing that you use? And without fail, they say yes, because they're ready to grow. And when we start upgrading their language together through our weekly conversations, they can feel the shift immediately in their tone, in their presence, in their energy, and in their power. It's a vibration change, it's a frequency upgrade, it's alignment, and obviously the business and life results come faster after that. So we choose words that build confidence, trust, and resilience, not only in themselves, but in their teams, their partners, and their children. So that's what I'm going to walk you through today. So let's break down the practical tools to help you speak and lead from a place of alignment, power, and growth. Every time you speak, you are shaping someone's inner world, including your own, whether it's your team, your client, your child, or just yourself. So your words create belief systems. Repetition is programming. This is the operating system. The more something is said, the more it's accepted as truth. And your tone, your emotion behind the words is just as important. It's not just what you say, right? It's how you say it. I know you've heard that before. Your tone absolutely matters. So when you say to your team, this is a high pressure launch, your team is going to feel stress. But when you say something like, we've prepared for this, we're ready, we've got this, they feel grounded and excited. So when you open your mouth, you're not just speaking. You are programming minds, including your own. Now, here are phrases that might be limiting your leadership and some more powerful alternatives. So whether you're speaking to yourself or your team, saying things like, this is too much to handle, or I can't do this, or we shouldn't have to do this, those phrases do not feel empowering, right? So here are some superior alternatives. We've handled big things before, we can do it again. Every challenge makes us stronger. I'm here for support. We've got this. What can I help you with? And here's another one. Saying to another leader or to your own team or to yourself, I'm drowning in work. There's too much on my plate. Whether or not it feels true, it has victim undertones, right? So if you were speaking to another leader, try saying something like, I'm prioritizing what matters most right now. This other thing may not get my attention until later. And then phrases like, I don't have time or we don't have enough time. Every time you say those words, you are fueling a reality where you're not going to have time. So find a rephrase that suits the situation. This is not an easy thing to do, right? I know this is not an easy thing to do. Our reality is our reality, but our words are shaping the reality as it evolves. So using phrases like, my focus is over here right now. I'm using my time the best way that I can. Let's get creative with the time we do have. These will help your team going forward. And another one, saying something like, I'm exhausted and overwhelmed, becomes, I'm going to reset and realign my focus. Saying to a team member, you're behind, or this should have been done by now, can become something like, let's figure out what support or clarity you need to move forward. And obviously remember, in a situation like that, for feedback conversations especially, your tone really matters. These small shifts reduce resistance, rewire stress responses, and support forward motion. Now, let's walk through 4 ways to use your language to build resilience in others. So whether it's leading a team or raising kids or speaking to your partner or whatever. Number 1, affirm strengths and capabilities. What you repeat becomes someone's inner dialogue. So phrases like, you always find a way. I love how you approached that. I trust you to lead this. Thank you for doing this. These kinds of phrases build deep-rooted self-belief, and it turns people on your team or in your life into someone that wants to support you and your bigger mission, whatever you're working towards. Number 2, I love this one. Use yet. Use yet to reframe challenges. My family uses this all the time. Teach a growth mindset with one very powerful word. So instead of, I can't do this, or I'm not capable of this, say, I can't do this yet, right? This signals progress is coming. It's not permanent failure. Number 3, encourage reflection over rescue. So great leaders and great parents don't solve every single problem. They build problem solvers. So ask, what's your take on this? What feels like the right next move to you? How do you want to handle it? This builds self-trust and agency in others. So important. And number 4, model gratitude and optimism. So positive energy is contagious. What you focus on expands. So try, what's one thing that went really well today? Or even though that was hard, what's something good that came from it? Or what are we looking forward to tomorrow? This trains the brain to seek solutions, not just problems. So, knowing how important your language and words truly are, try this. In your next team meeting or family dinner, maybe ask, what's one thing that went really well today? And positive, focused questions like that, repeated consistently, will rewire your culture, your family, your relationships, and even your brain for gratitude, clarity, and growth. Now, if you're ready to lead with more alignment, confidence, and resilience, comment resilient, and I'll send you my free Resilient Leadership language guide, or book a free clarity call if you're ready to be held accountable and go deeper by working with me one-on-one. It'll involve weekly meetings to upgrade your leadership and your life. Let's make sure your words and your leadership are working for you, not against you. This is a skill that I promise will serve you for the rest of your life, but it takes some practice. I still feel like I'm practicing some days. Things can always be said better. Remember, you don't need to hustle harder. You need to lead smarter, and it starts with your words. Because when a leader or a parent or a friend or a partner speaks from alignment and clarity and belief, she doesn't just grow a business, she grows people. She builds futures. She becomes the kind of leader that others rise beside. So speak like an empowered leader. Speak with intention and shape the world that you are here to lead. Thank you for watching. This was the 12th video in this 12-part series for transitioning from burnout to sustainable success. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.